Officer Santos, thank you for coming into West Valley Christian School today. And we just spent a little bit of time looking at the Code Red procedures. And I understand that your department is going to be able to come on our campus every day. And can you tell us a little bit what times you'd be on our campus?
That is true. The police department, the LAPD, has implemented one officer per school. In all the schools, we have at least one officer. So maybe two, but one at least. Our plan is to be here pretty much 30 minutes to 45 minutes before the course starts, all the way till the kids go into class, and then we probably go a little bit patrol the school and leave. At the end of the day, it's basically the same thing. We'll show up before the school is out. We'll spend like 30, 45 minutes, wait till everybody disperses from school. Same thing, do another drive by the school. It's basically mainly for safety, and then we'll leave. But every single day, we'll be here, whether it's myself, another officer, or two officers. And you'll see us in a motorcycle or in a police car presence in every school.
Very good. And so today I'm going to give you a map of the facilities so that you guys have that in the department of this school. And you'll be taking our personal phone numbers so that if there is an incident in the area, you'd be able to call us right away and make sure that the school is able to get in a lockdown. Those are great measures that the department's taking. Can you give us a quick scenario of what we should do if there was a lockdown? We pick up the phone, we call.
Right. What we're trying to do, basically, you're right, try to get a plan of the school, a layout, so we as officers know what the school layout is about, especially the way to come in, out, the surrounding neighborhoods. Something will happen, you call us, 911. Topanga Division will respond to here. Our Valley Traffic, which is still in the Valley Bureau, is another section of the police department, right. Still LAPD. You have two police departments basically responding, and of course everybody else, school police, I'm pretty sure will respond too. Mm-hmm. But the plan is to find out what the school layout is. We'll show up in force. Of course, we're going to be closing the streets. So when it comes to egress and degress, when it comes to parents and teachers, things like that, it's good to have a place to go out, a place where you can meet with parents, somewhere where you can relay info back and forth. But the LAPD is here basically for that, to know what the school looks like, so us officers know where to respond, so we're not creating any traffic house, or we're not trying to guess where the office is, or where the P field is, or where the gym is. That's the main concern is, because once I go back, my job is to let them know here is the Waiterston School, this is the principal's office, this is the gym, this is where us knowing where things are.
Okay. I'd like to go outside with you and look at our campus, and maybe we can evaluate and assess the security measures that we should take at this school. Really appreciate your time coming in today, and I look forward to getting to know you. I understand you or somebody else will be on our campus every day for at least a couple weeks, and we appreciate your service to our community, and thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you.
Because we don't have all the answers right now. We would like to. Because when it comes down to it, the first 5 minutes of an active shooter or a major incident on your school is going to be the school. It's going to be the school's preparation. It's going to be the school's training. It's going to be the drills that hopefully you have established for your school and have conducted monthly, bi-weekly, whatever the case may be, like a fire drill. It's those drills, that training, that muscle memory that's going to help you obviously prevent the loss of life and protect the kids, and protect yourselves. So looking at the first 5 minutes, after the first 5 minutes, we hope to God we're there. We're hoping God we're there within the first minute. But unfortunately, our response time is, usually roughly 5 minutes in an emergency situation.
Dear West Valley Christian School parents, faculty, and staff, today is January 5th, and I would like to update you on our efforts in improving our campus security so that we can deter a crisis and improve our procedures in response to a Code Red. I do not claim to be an expert, so I welcome your input so that we can be confident that our children are safe at West Valley Christian School. On a personal note, I encourage your workplace to consider items 3, 4, and 5 underneath the category Researching Best Practices. That'll come up later in this email. The following action has been taken. Number one, the administration sent 2 emails to the parents to inform them about the shooting and to inform you on our practices and procedures for a Code Red. Second, we asked the faculty and staff to be more aggressive in asking campus guests and strangers to identify themselves. And third, on December 19th at the Topanga Police Department, Pastor Glenn and I listened to Commanding Officer address school safety to the Topanga area school administrators. 4, I discussed with the church and the school leadership options for campus security, relocating the school office, adding keypad entrance with buzzer to the gates. And they instructed, and then I collected and investigated the costs of hiring an armed security guard. 6th, collected input from police department. I had 2 campus visits in December. And 7, I sought input from the school parents in a meeting where we discussed the campus safety and our Code Red procedures. The next area that I'd like to discuss with you is the efforts that I have done to continue to research how to prevent and our procedures on a Code Red crises. And it's titled Researching Best Practices. First, I've scheduled a visit for a campus security expert to advise us with potential security measures. Parents posting signage on dashboards when driving on the campus, parents wearing lanyards when walking on campus, and even surveillance cameras. Number 2, I will amend the school's Code Red procedures. The lockdown idea is not a bad one. Lockdowns are generally helpful if the school is located in the area with rapidly responding police force. They do provide temporary marginal protection for students and teachers and deny some areas to potential shooters. They also allow rapidly responding police officers to find and neutralize the threats in the school. Lockdowns can also be used to protect students from a threat that has not yet entered the school. They often trigger to deny the entry of the armed criminal who is fleeing from the police in the vicinity of the school. The problem is not with the lockdowns. The concept is just the execution. We need to have an exit strategy. Most schools do not train for the exit strategy except for the lockdown. The lockdown of students in a poorly defensible position is not the best practice. So we need to determine where should our students flee. We need a plan B, and so we need to develop that. Third is we will educate our faculty additional procedures to take during the lockdown. On lockdowns, teach your child to place desks and chairs in front of the furniture or in the pathway of a potential shooter to slow his entry into the room. We want to be able to, number 4, we will educate our faculty about procedures for additional Code Red scenarios. These are ones that we have never discussed before. What if the classroom door cannot be locked from the inside? What happens if the shooter pulls the fire alarm during a lockdown? What should teachers do if the shooter has a hostage? How would a school administrator respond if an armed student orders the administrator to give an all-clear signal to end the lockdown? There are so many different scenarios. We can't cover them all, but we want to continue the discussion on unique scenarios and what we would do for those. Number 5, we will consider how to provide classrooms with a survival kit or resources to barricade doors, from wedges to ropes, even writing utensils to communicate quietly, medical supplies, food and water, a strong flashlight for being able to see if there's a lot of dust in the air, and even dust masks for a survival kit. And last, 6th, we will educate the faculty and staff and students on potential threats. You need to be careful to be listening to discussions about shooting or interests of shooting people, especially in the middle school. And even recognizing people that walk on campus that are carrying unusual bags or bulky things, and be quick to report those. So those are 6 best practices that I'm researching and trying to put together in our emergency plan and our Code Red procedures. In the near future, I'll be providing parents with a detailed report on how to give money to fund potential campus security expenses. If you are interested, in giving right now, please contact me immediately. And I really do appreciate your patience in this matter. I'm trying to be very collaborative. I appreciate the parents that have talked to me about this. And we want to work with experts to find how we can keep our campus safe. It's a privilege to serve you, and again, my highest priority is to keep your kids safe at school. And we appreciate your patience, and thank you for listening. God bless you.
I've been pulled in all directions the last couple of days, but I think this is great to see the folks that are out here today. First of all, thank you for putting this together. And all of us have been torn and shaken by what happened down in Newtown, obviously. And when these situations happen, it always reminds us of taking another look at what do we have in place, how can we do things better. And certainly this horrible situation has been a step for us. I know that most of you have been watching the news, and certainly whatever you gathered from the news about what happened in Newtown, you take a look at what we can do better here.